It was good. Welcome back. Hey, listen, we got our favorite drummer on YouTube back on the channel. Now, you guys all said, hey, Von, you heard his performances. You've seen how he does. Now you should check out and learn more about him. So we're here. This is my story, how I made 1 million subscribers. So this dude apparently blew up. It was crazy, man. So I heard a little bit about his story from you guys in the comments, but let's hear it from his mouth himself. So let's hear what Esperanto, I believe that's his name, Cerebano. Let's hear it from my dog himself. So sit back, relax. Let's listen to his story. Grab you some drinks, some popcorn. And let's listen to what my man got to say. Subscribe to the channel while you're at it. Like the video. You already know what it is. Run it.
Hey guys, how are you doing? This is going to be my million subscribers special. And on this special, nothing special is going to happen. I'm just going to tell you my story because I never did. And I see a lot of people being very curious about who am I, where am I from, how did I learn, which bands have I played in. A lot of different questions that can actually be summarized on telling my story. So
I know this ain't got nothing to do with his story, but I am super curious about how he, like, I guess he'll teach us or tell us about how he learned how to play that like that. Cause there's some stuff that I ain't never seen no drummer ever do.
I'm El Estepario Siberiano and this is my story. I was born on July in 1996. I know it does not look like it.
Not at all.
I am 26 years old right now. However, I started playing drums when I was 12 years old. And I gotta tell you, in my life, since the beginning, I've had this thing going on inside my head where everything I do, I actually need to do it properly. I don't like wasting my time on anything.
He's a perfectionist.
With drums, but I started with a really high intensity and I was younger, so I could afford that because I had plenty of time. So for the first 4 years of my drumming career, I was already practicing somewhere from 1 hour to a couple hours a day. Now by that time my drum kit sucked,
he was like
my
dedicated.
cymbals sucked, everything was cheap, everything was shitty, and I really did not care. Once I was 16, I started actually focusing way harder on drums. Okay, I raised my practice hours from 1.5 hours more or less in a day to 2 hours, maybe 3 in a day, and that kept going for 2 years. I was
so pretty much to sum that up, bro, like, so he's just like how a lot of people look at The Rock, right? A lot of people look at The Rock and they're like, yo, this dude is massive, he's swole, he has this, he has that. This dude put in the work. Like he just said, he was going at it for 2 hours a day for 2 years. Come on, bro. You'll be a GOAT as well if you did that.
Very passionate about drumming, but I was not passionate at all about music, and I still don't feel like I really want to do music. For me, the relationship with drumming has always been a relationship where I try my absolute fucking best to play better than I did the day before.
Yes,
sir. Everything that I can with my drum kit to try to perform things that are actually unplayable. So all of my childhood, all of my adolescence, I have spent hundreds and hundreds of hours just practicing drums in terms of skill, like an athlete would practice to run faster, to lift heavier. That was the philosophy behind. It was just a form of art that consisted on pushing the limits of what I could achieve. And I'm saying this because I was not interested at all on being a drummer. It was something that I did for me and for nobody else. If any band asked me to play with them, I would politely decline that offer because that was not what I wanted. What I wanted was to perform better than the day before. That was the challenge. I was actually way more focused on the studying at a proper university to get a degree, to get a regular life. And
that's pretty dope, that how he denied the fact that he never really wanted to be like a rock star. He just wanted to freaking perfect the drums. He's like, bro, I don't care if I show this talent to nobody. I don't care. I just want to be the best at it.
That's exactly what I did. I got amazing grades on school. I could pick any university I fucking wanted, and I wanted to study 2 different degrees at university at the same time. One of them was sociology and the other one was political sciences. I got there with amazing grades and I kept on studying and crushing it. However, when I was 19 years old, I got a call by an old friend of mine that worked in the entertainment industry at the lowest levels. You know, there are certain companies that have certain bands that go to parties, play, get some money, do some gigs, and that was a good deal actually. I was studying and I really needed a source of income, so I thought I could play all of this, no problem, no doubt. I could have fun while doing it, I could get paid, and I could study. Everything was going to be perfect, and that's what I started to do for 2 years. However, when I started to do that, in order to go to rehearse with the bands, I had to skip university, and that was never a problem because I kept on studying whenever I was at home, so the grades were still fucking amazing.
But it wasn't practicing.
By the time I started the 3rd year on both of those degrees, the educational laws of Spain changed, and in order to make it to the exams,
okay, so he's from Spain.
At least an 80% of the classes, and if you were not there, you were out. And that really bothered me because I could do everything at once. I had good grades. I didn't need to go to class to watch somebody explaining useless shit to me because I had the books. I studied the books. I didn't need that fucker reading the book for me. I could do that at home. However, in order to keep my job and to keep my income, I had to fail the classes. And by the 3rd year, even though I had the best grades, they kicked me out of university because I was not attending to the classes.
That's crazy, bro. That's tough. And I would say this, bro. Hey, listen, when one door closes, another one opens. So this was a premonition. God was telling you, like, hey, listen, I'm going to shut this door for you. I know you're really good at this. School is great. But I got something else for you. YouTube. Being a drummer, being known, being recognized. I like that, bro. It's tough the way that works, man. But sometimes you got to get kicked in the butt to go to the direction that you're supposed to be headed.
And that was pretty fucked up, so I was really angry. I could start again the next year, but I was really angry with that system that I did not approve, and I still don't approve nowadays because I consider it to be a total waste of time for me.
And it is, because I mean that's tough for like a lot of people that are smarter than like sometimes the teacher. And you just sit there and you're like, hey, bro, I don't need to be here. I literally got the whole book. I could study this on my own. Like I'm a better like person to study on my own than listen from somebody else. I'm the same way. Like I'd much rather learn it on my own than to have to sit through a class and try and have them teach it to me. Because number one, if they're not a good teacher, which I assume he probably didn't have a good teacher, it's like pointless. It's like, bro, I'll teach myself. Like I don't need to be here.
For people, and I just focused all my energy on practicing in order to become a better performer, but not because I chose to do it, but because life made me do it and I felt like I had no choice. By that time, I think I was 21 or 22.
No plan B.
That's what I started to practice like hell. I had nothing else to do. I felt like I had wasted my whole fucking life because what I wanted suddenly disappeared, so I just tried to focus all of that energy into something else, and that was drumming. I was practicing everything: Latin jazz, double bass drumming, chops, groove, techniques. I was just practicing everything because I had nothing better to do, and I was already earning a decent amount of money, and I just had to play like 100 gigs a year in order to get paid 1,500 euros each month, which, by the way, if you live in Spain, it is a fucking decent amount of money. So life was not bad, and I thought to myself, well, the university is over, but at least I have the drums. I can do my thing, just practice. And in terms of work, I can go and play with other people, make some bucks, and that's it. It was a job for me, actually, like any other. As I told you, I was interested in performing better for myself, just hoping that one day I would be able to play incredible things. So I had a new balance. I had a work and I had a purpose, and I started.
That's crazy. Just so he could be able to play incredible things, and now he's like where he is. That's crazy.
Fucking practicing. When you start practicing 8 hours a day, very interesting things happen to your body, and everything that you thought it was impossible turns out to be actually quite
that
possible.
muscle memory.
That's why I say that I don't believe in talent, because because when I started practicing 8 hours a day, everything started to happen. I didn't need any luck. Just by putting in some effort, I was reaping the results that I never ever dreamed that I could possibly have. And that was a killer sensation. That was a killer feeling. That's why I haven't stopped practicing. But what about social media? I was not posting back then. That's true because I did not give a shit. Here's the story. I kept playing for that business. I did another year. They hired me again for a bigger band. So now my income was very tasty. I was just 22 years old. I was working like hell. I had money and everything was good. However, when they hired me in order to play on their most prestigious band, everything started to fall. I had huge problems with the people that worked there because they did not respect me because I was half their age and they didn't see me like a professional. So after a couple of disagreements, finally when I was 23 years old, they fired me. Not because I didn't know how to do my job, not because I was not there, but because they did not
jealous.
hang around with people like me.
They're
I
jealous.
was, quote, too young for that. They treated me like I was stupid or something. I was not. I was doing my job perfectly. But that didn't work for them, so they fired me. And that's where everything became way more interesting. I lost the possibility to do what I have always wanted, which was studying. I was kicked out of the university, so I decided to give the musician life a go, and I did great, but they fucking fired me. So by the time I was 23 years old, I didn't have any kind of studies. I don't know anything about music. I cannot read or write. I cannot do anything like that. So basically I lost everything.
So he doesn't know how to read music. Oh yeah, I think, did y'all tell me that? I don't know if y'all told me that or not, but yeah, okay, so he don't know how to read music. I think y'all either told me that or we just discovered it. I don't know, either or. But that's tough if you don't know how to read music and like he knows so much about the drums and cymbals and all that. Like, bro, that's tough, man. So he plays, but I feel like that's better. I don't know. But in my opinion,
I cannot read or write. I cannot do anything like that. So basically I lost everything. And that's officially when depression kicked in. I felt like everything was a huge piece of shit. I had money in the bank because I had saved a lot so I could keep going for a year and a half, but I didn't have anything else and life got bad. To be
depression.
real, I lost my purpose. I was forcing me to play
man.
8 hours a day. I kept practicing because that's what determination does. But
and that's tough right there, right? So he said even though he was like in a bad situation and the walls are slowly caving in on him, one thing that he didn't break was his discipline. He was like, I'm still going to practice 8 hours a day. The walls is closing in on me, but I'm not about to break. I'm going to stay true to the course and keep practicing because like his internal being, he always wanted to be better. I respect this dude for that, man.
Was not inspired. I didn't want to do anything. I was depressed as fuck because music had failed me and all my grades and all my studies failed me as well. So I was just like fucking hopeless and I didn't know what I was going to do. And what's worse, I didn't want to do anything else. I was totally lost. I didn't have a reason to wake up in the morning. By that time, I was a total mess. I started drinking like fuck. Oh boy, did I drink. I started taking a lot of antidepressants. I started smoking. Yeah, right. I would do anything that made me feel like nobody believed in me by that time. And all that negativity actually entered inside of my body. Now, when I started feeling like I had lost my will to live, or however you want to call that, I thought to myself, what a waste of time it would have been if I didn't record everything that I know how to do with my drums. I need to at least leave behind proof of everything that I have achieved with this. I knew how to play a lot of songs. I knew how to do a lot of crazy.
That's crazy. So he started freaking recording as a memoriam for himself. Think about that, bro. That's tough. That's tough. He literally started recording because he like, hey, listen, I practice hard and I know I'm the shit. I might as well let people know how good I was before something bad happens to me. Like, that's tough, bro.
Shit. So I thought to myself, maybe I can use my savings to buy a camera and to buy a microphone. That camera was a GoPro Black 7, $200, and the microphone was the Yamaha EAD, $400. I still use the same camera and I still use the same microphone nowadays. I wouldn't change that for nothing. That's how it started. And I thought to myself, I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'm going to write down a list of music that I would like to play and record with proper takes before I do anything else. That was the goal that I set for my life. I had a microphone, I had a camera, and I just wanted to see personally with my own eyes the result of all the effort that I had put on this instrument. So
now let's break this down, y'all. What he did was put his life into perspective and goals, right? He sat down, he organized everything out on what he wanted to do. That gives you purpose just right there, man. So if you're struggling or if you're going through anything, bro, write down what you want to see change. What do you want to see get better in your life and what you want to accomplish? Because then that gives you something to push for, something to live for, something to continue doing what you love to do. So he literally just said that. And that's true, bro. That's true.
With my own eyes the result of all the effort that I had put on this instrument. So I did a list with every single fucking song that I knew how to play, and I started doing that. Each and every single day I would record myself playing a song, and I started posting it on Instagram. I don't know why I made that decision. I didn't thought it was gonna work like it has. Obviously, 1 million motherfuckers in here.
That's
Great.
crazy.
But that's what I started doing 3
Proud
years ago.
of you.
And not a single day has gone by where I have not done that. Even if I don't post it because I'm not proud of the result, that was like the only therapy that I could think about in terms of finding a purpose, finding a reason to keep on living. That was the decision. I just started doing it. On the first video, I had no views. The second video, maybe 2. Third video, 4. And so on. 5, 10, 15, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 10 million. 20 million? I'm still doing it for the same reason. I'm still trying to find a purpose. I keep my head busy with that. 8 hours a day of practice, recording videos, which is ironically funny. I started doing them for me because that's actually the only way that I can prove to myself that all the effort that I have put in this instrument is worth something. And that's what I think makes all of these videos real and worth watching.
That's facts,
did
bro.
them for myself and you actually liked it. 3 years have gone by now since I was fired. 5 years have gone now since I was kicked off the university, and I'm still fucking alive. Ain't that a win? And I gotta tell you, it is your fault. Because I ran out of money a long time ago. And with your support, you know, with Patreon, merchandising and all that stuff, with your support, I've been able to keep the videos running. And otherwise, I just wouldn't know what to fucking do with my life. So the meaning of this video is amazing things happen when you devote yourself to your craft with passion, giving 100% every single day. You will achieve things that you never thought you could achieve. And also this video is a huge thank you to you. Whoever you are, I don't know you at all, maybe I never will. But you made this, all of this, possible. And we are more than 1 million now. Thank you.
For real, bro.
I really appreciate it. I appreciate your support and thank you for watching the video. So there's that. You changed my life and hopefully I can help you change yours in a positive way. Keep going, whatever you do in life, I don't care. If you're a dancer, a poet, film director, I don't care. If you want something, go and get it. Give it 100%. And hopefully the world will see your determination like it did with me. And maybe your life will change. I'm pretty sure of that, so I don't want to tell you what to do. I'm telling you what I did. I gave my best and now I got you. Thank you so much for staying here with me. I appreciate it, for real. Take care and see you in the next videos. Buddies, stay safe.
I like him. I like him a lot. This dude is legit. He's solid. He does it all right, man. I like this dude, man.
Joder, la gente no se va a creer el video, pero toda esta mierda es verdad.
Don't know what he just said there. He just probably took a breather like, listen, I really just recorded the whole thing. I know, man. Hey, listen, I am happy for him. I'm glad that he made it through. That's a tough task, man. Like I said before, when one door closes, another will open. And that's just how life works, sadly. But that's just what it is, man. And like you said, this is therapy. This is therapy for a lot of people that are creators, me included, bro. I'm just talking to this camera, right? And you guys are behind the camera and behind the lens, listening, watching, and just appreciating what we even just gotta say, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good outlet and a good place to just woosah and release and just relax and just be yourself for a little bit, man. Because in this world, especially in the professional world, bro, you got to be uptight all the time. It's like you can't just always sit back, relax, and just be yourself. And I could do that here. So I love it. Appreciate you guys kicking it with your boy and also referring me to this video. That's love, because I like to get to know more about the people that I cover. And I'm excited to see his journey and see where he headed, because, man, he could be a 10 million YouTuber easily. Like, he has that type of talent. So let's see where he goes. I like to stick with my homie, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next one. As always, peace out, Chicken Grease. We out. Peace.
All fours, now you got me broken. I'm sure